Have you ever imagined yourself making an incredible discovery that challenges everything we believe about human history? Picture the shock and excitement of stumbling upon an ancient sarcophagus containing the remnants of a lost civilization, a mysterious figure whose presence could redefine our understanding of the past. Now, envision this discovery being kept under wraps, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, while those who dare to speak of it face backlash and ostracism. This is the fascinating tale of the Tisul princess, a journey through history and the unknown that challenges our notions of who we are and where we come from. Get ready to be taken on an adventure that defies the limits of what we thought possible and prompts us to question the true meaning of human history. Are you prepared to unravel the secrets behind the Tisul princess? Then, embark on this journey with us and uncover the mystery that has captivated curious minds around the globe. Deeply buried beneath the Earth's surface, in the dimly lit tunnels of a coal mine, miners worked tirelessly as usual. The monotony of their work was interrupted when a pickaxe found something unexpectedly hollow, a sound that stood out from the solid resistance they were accustomed to. Stopping to investigate, the miners uncovered a hidden wall, which collapsed to reveal a long-forgotten chamber. Inside, a large sarcophagus of exquisite marble, approximately 8.5 feet long by 3 feet tall, lay at the center, shrouded in mystery and intriguing in its silent presence. The leader of the mining district, Alexander Masaligan, was immediately informed of the intriguing discovery. Recognizing its potential importance, he notified Soviet authorities, triggering a series of events that involved speculation and intrigue. Ordering the sarcophagus to be brought to the surface, Masaligan aroused expectations and anxieties among the miners. While they imagined hidden riches within the sarcophagus, they also feared that Soviet officials would confiscate the find without rewarding them or even informing them of its contents. Driven by curiosity, the miners decided to open the sarcophagus, only to discover something that defied all expectations. Inside lay not a treasure, but the incredibly preserved body of a young woman, apparently 25 to 30 years old. The discovery opened a new chapter of mystery and speculation, leaving unanswered questions about the woman's identity, the origin of the sarcophagus, and its purpose. While scientists and authorities attempted to unravel the mysteries, the miners were forever marked by their extraordinary discovery in the depths of the Siberian earth. Years later, with the invention and development of smartphones, witnesses of the event believed that the black box next to the woman resembled a smartphone-like device. The woman's skin was remarkably smooth and clean, without any signs of decay or aging. Her skin was incredibly white, whiter than that of a person with albinism. She appeared more vibrant and healthier than the miners themselves. In fact, everyone was captivated by her beauty. They saw her as a woman of unparalleled beauty with blonde hair, blue eyes, and her skin was so white that it shocked the onlookers. The sarcophagus remained open for many hours, and almost all villagers came to see it. A reckless young man, driven by curiosity and perhaps by the clear pink shimmer of the liquid, decided to astound the gathered people by dipping his finger into the pink substance and tasting it. It turned out to be completely tasteless and odorless. However, just a week later, his mental state deteriorated rapidly in a tragic turn of events. His disorientation became so severe that he could no longer identify his own house and eventually succumbed to the bitter winter cold, freezing to death. His death would not be the only one related to the mysterious discovery. The beauty found in the excavated sarcophagus soon became known as the Tisul princess, with Tisul being the name of the district where the village was located. Eventually, high-ranking district officials, as well as police officers, firefighters, and military representatives, arrived and all proceeded to the site of the discovery. They were accompanied by plainclothes KGB agents who arrived in a red helicopter. The beauty found in the excavated sarcophagus soon became known as the Tisul princess, with Tisul being the name of the district where the village was located. Eventually, high-ranking district officials, as well as police officers, firefighters, and military representatives, arrived and all proceeded to the site of the discovery. They were accompanied by plainclothes KGB agents who arrived in a red helicopter. They immediately cleared the area around the sarcophagus and warned the assembled crowd of possible infection hazards inside. Their goal was to transport the coffin with their helicopter to a location where it could be analyzed. Attempts to transport the sarcophagus by air proved unsuccessful, as it was too heavy. They decided to drain the pink liquid into special containers to be transported separately to lighten the sarcophagus. As they did so, something astonishing happened. As the pink liquid was drained, the perfectly preserved and lifelike body of the woman underwent a stunning transformation. The skin changed before the spectator's eyes from white to black within minutes, causing the princess to lose her lifelike appearance. This led many to believe that the pink liquid and the sarcophagus itself had a kind of preserving effect that could keep her body in a state of suspended vitality. The Tisul princess was eventually transported to Novosibirsk for scientific analysis. Several weeks later, a professor from Novosibirsk arrived in Rzhavchik to give a lecture on the unusual find in the mine. He revealed that the preservation state of the princess was unlike anything found in the fields of archaeology or paleontology. The fluid she was immersed in had properties that defied any explanation, without any parallel to known natural or artificial embalming processes. Efforts to determine the age and origin of the sarcophagus and its inhabitant led to an extensive series of tests, including radiocarbon dating and other analytical techniques. However, radiocarbon dating, a reliable method for dating organic materials up to an age of 50,000 years, was inadequate for the task at hand. The material of the sarcophagus, as well as the preservation fluid and the princess herself, did not conform to expected parameters. Scientists turned to other methods, analyzing geological layers and employing more sophisticated dating techniques that could provide clues to the age of the sarcophagus. The conclusion drawn from these analyses was downright revolutionary. The data suggested that the Tisul princess and her sarcophagus were approximately 800 million years old, a number that astonished the scientific community and called into question the foundations of human history. In such an age, the princess would not only precede the onset of human civilization, but also the emergence of complex life forms as we know them. This surprising revelation prompted a reassessment of all previously understood insights into the timeline of life on Earth. If the results were correct, they hinted at the existence of a civilization capable of manufacturing the sarcophagus and preservation fluid, a civilization that existed at a time when science had assumed the planet was inhabited only by the simplest life forms. The implications were profound, suggesting not only a rewriting of human history, but also a complete overhaul of the evolutionary timeline itself. But that was not the only theory in circulation. Some believed that the princess was part of a group of extraterrestrial visitors who came from another place to Earth. The completely white skin of the woman was considered a sign that she originated from a planet with much less sunlight. The discovery of the Tisul princess opened a Pandora's box full of questions, theories, and implications. The story began to spread, and an article about the discovery appeared in the local newspaper. However, this triggered a swift and secretive response from the Soviet intelligence agency. KGB agents returned, mocking the story as nonsense and giving the impression that such a thing did not exist and that no such discovery had been made. The agents also began confiscating all newspaper copies containing the article. Both the professor who shared information with the people and the newspaper editor were punished for daring to speak out about an event that the Soviet government wanted to keep secret from the world. After all, this was the height of the Cold War. Until the collapse of the Soviet Union, no one dared to speak about the Tisul princess anymore. Then freedom of speech and independent media were introduced, and another article about the discovery appeared. The article, dated 2002, was titled, "The Woman Who is 800 Million Years Old." It was published in the Chakassia newspaper, and then in the Arkham newspaper. The journalist claimed that this story had been told to him by a retired KGB colonel who had worked in one of the organization's secret departments in the past. The story regained popularity once again. Currently near the village of Rzhavchik, not far from the sarcophagus discovery site, a stone with a commemorative plaque has been placed. The sign on the monument reads, "In 1969, not far from here, while developing a coal seam, a burial site was discovered. A beautiful young woman lay in a 2-meter-high marble sarcophagus, based on the age of the coal seam. The woman was buried in the sarcophagus several hundred million years ago. It was even discussed on national television, where eyewitnesses from the village of Rzhavchik who saw the sarcophagus open with their own eyes confirmed the authenticity of the discovery. But the story had more to offer. It later became known that years after the discovery of the Tisul princess, there were a series of strange deaths among those associated with the sarcophagus. Just 6 months after the KGB confiscated the stone sarcophagus, a wave of misfortune swept over the village of Rzhavchik, plunging it into mourning. the tragedy unfolded mercilessly, starting with Ivan Karnaukov, the man who discovered the sarcophagus of the Tisul princess. His life ended in a terrible accident when his motorcycle collided with a truck. Karnaukov? Well, he never used to drink, as far as I can remember. Then suddenly, there was a report that he had been drunk and hit by a car while riding his motorcycle. In a sad continuation of the misfortune, a miner drowned a month after Ivan's death. The only survivor of these ominous events was the geologist Vladimir Podreshetnikov, who revealed the discovery of the Tisul princess was not the only one of its kind. In the summer of 1973, as Vladimir Podreshetnikov reported, military forces once again invaded the Tisul district. The troops erected a strict security fence around the forest, forbidding locals access and patrolling the village streets. The presence of the military was kept secret, and villagers were advised, without any explanation, to keep their composure. Years later, the reports by Vladimir Podreshetnikov were confirmed by Valery Malavany, a historian for special services and retired Major General of the FSB. He stated that KGB archive documents indicated that the area was subjected to intense security lockdown in 1973, consisting of 3 concentric barriers. Not far from there, on an island in a lake, additional graves were uncovered. In these graves lay 2 more sarcophagi, each approximately 8 feet long, bearing a striking resemblance to the original find. These sarcophagi were transported to Moscow and estimated to be about 200 million years old. The villagers were strictly instructed to keep silent about the incident. From the archival sources of the USSR KGB, we know that in 1973, this area was strictly sealed off with 3 layers of barriers. On an island in the middle of a lake, they found 2 sarcophagi from the time before 200 million years ago. Documents with detailed findings, researchers' notes, and even samples of the preservation fluid were confiscated or destroyed. The government's role in the disappearance of evidence and the suppression of information only fueled further speculation. The lack of transparency and the apparent attempt to erase the discovery from public consciousness led many to question the motives behind the intervention. Was there something in the sarcophagus or in the mere existence of the Tisul princess that posed a threat to established historical narrative or national security? Or was the suppression an attempt to monopolize knowledge that could offer unprecedented insights into human history and technology? The mysterious nature of the discovery, coupled with the government's persistent efforts to conceal the facts, fueled the imagination of people around the world. Without tangible evidence for interpretations, the narrative of the Tisul princess became a canvas on which countless theories were painted, each offering a different explanation for her existence and the advanced technology that seemed to accompany her. One of the most well-known theories postulated the existence of an advanced ancient civilization that was far older than any known societies. Based on all outward indications, we can say she wasn't an alien, but most likely a representative of an ancient civilization that could be the forebear of humanity. Advocates of this idea pointed to the advanced materials and techniques of the sarcophagus and preservation fluid as evidence of a lost culture, whose knowledge and technology far surpassed that of contemporary humanity. They speculated that this civilization could have existed on Earth at a time when mainstream science believed the planet to be uninhabitable or capable of hosting only simple life forms. According to this theory, the Tisul princess was a member of this ancient society, possibly a figure of great significance preserved through millennia by means lost to time. Some kind of catastrophe or something else destroyed this civilization, and she was left as a reminder that there was life on Earth before a great catastrophe. The time will come, and she will awaken. Others believed that the dating of the discovery was wrong, that the princess wasn't 800 million years old but around 50,000, which would still make the discovery groundbreaking. There are also people speculating that she could have been an alien from a crashed spaceship, suggesting she might have been in a suspended state, with the metal box beside her serving as a timer for her awakening and a means to return to the surface. As we delve deeper into the story of the Tisul princess, we are confronted with an uncomfortable truth. The history we know may not be complete. Evidence suggests an ancient civilization, technology beyond our understanding, and mysteries that challenge our notions of time and space. But as we near the end of this journey of discovery, we're forced to confront a grim reality. The truth may be beyond our reach. While we seek answers, we face the harsh reality that some questions may never be answered. Yet this uncertainty doesn't deter us from continuing to seek the truth. Join us on this ongoing journey of exploration and discovery. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more intriguing content like this, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. And always remember, the truth is out there, waiting to be found.